The Scented Mystery of Love by Reuben White. In a city where love was as elusive as a cat chasing its own tail, there lived a woman named Olivia. Olivia was a divorcee, having spent a mere 8 months in a matrimonial dance that was more of a foxtrot to disaster than a waltz to wedded bliss. After her brief, ill-fated marriage, she decided that dating was as appealing as a trip to the dentist for a root canal without anesthesia. The idea of a blind date filled her with as much enthusiasm as a sloth on a caffeine high. But, as fate would have it, her coworker, Linda, was determined to play matchmaker. Linda had sung the praises of a man named Bruce, who, according to her, was the bee's knees, the cat's pajamas, and the cherry on top of the dating sundae. Olivia, despite her skepticism, found a tiny, secret chamber in her heart yearning for love. So, she reluctantly agreed to meet this enigmatic Bruce. Before their fateful meeting, Olivia and Bruce took the modern route of digital courtship, FaceTiming their way into each other's lives. It was during these virtual encounters that Olivia began noticing peculiar details that should have sent alarm bells ringing louder than a rock concert on a submarine. But Olivia, bless her heart, was smitten. Bruce had a penchant for FaceTiming in the dark. It was as if he was auditioning for a role in the next Twilight movie, despite it being broad daylight outside. Half the time, he'd hide behind a bookshelf, as if attempting to outsmart Olivia's eyes. The other half, he'd peer at her from the side of the refrigerator, as though he believed he was invisible behind a jug of milk and some leftovers. Olivia found all of this endearing, like a puppy chasing its tail, strange, but cute. To add to the mystery, Bruce would often call out to someone named Cecil, a name that sounded like it belonged to a character from a Dickens novel. Olivia, curiosity nibbling at her, decided to inquire with her coworker about Cecil. She asked if Cecil might be Bruce's roommate. The coworker, suppressing a chuckle, informed Olivia that Bruce had no roommates. Olivia, undeterred, asked if Bruce had a pet. The coworker, grinning slyly, revealed that Bruce was allergic to pets and they frightened him. Puzzled and intrigued, Olivia pressed on, "So who is Cecil?" The coworker, who seemed to know more than she was letting on, let out a mysterious laugh under her breath, quickly changing the subject. Eventually, the day came for Olivia and Bruce to embark on their night out on the town. Olivia felt a mix of anticipation and anxiety, like a roller coaster teetering on the edge of a precipice. The date was a roller coaster itself, an emotional one, with highs and lows. At the end of their peculiar journey, which felt more like a whirlwind vacation to a distant galaxy, Bruce had the audacity to present Olivia with a bottle of cheap perfume. This wasn't some lavish, designer fragrance, it was more like the kind you'd find at the back of a dollar store shelf, collecting dust. But in that moment, Olivia felt an inexplicable connection with Bruce. It was as if they were characters in a romantic comedy where love could be found in the most unexpected places, even in the scent of a cheap perfume. As Olivia arrived home, she couldn't resist the urge to shower, don some enticing lingerie, and FaceTime Bruce. Her heart raced like a sprinter on espresso, her hopes soaring like a bird taking its first flight. Bruce, however, answered the call with a blank look on his face, and in a voice that echoed with confusion, he uttered the words that shattered Olivia's romantic reverie, "Who are you? Do I know you? Where do I know you from?" Olivia was dumbfounded. Her heart sank like a lead balloon as she stammered, "Bruce, it's me, Olivia." But Bruce, seemingly oblivious to her pleas, repeated, "Olivia? What do I know you from? Who are you?" In a mix of frustration and disbelief, Olivia slammed the end call button with the intensity of a magician's disappearing act. Her phone went dark, and with it, her hopes of love. Her experience was akin to ordering a gourmet meal and receiving a plate of cold, tasteless leftovers instead. Moral of the story: love, much like a bottle of perfume, can be cheap and unassuming. It may not always come wrapped in extravagant packages or dazzling appearances, but the true essence of love lies in the connection you share with another person. In the end, Olivia realized that a cheap bottle of perfume couldn't define her feelings. Love is quirky, mysterious, and sometimes absurd, but it's also the most beautiful and unpredictable adventure one can embark upon. So, even in the face of absurdity, don't be afraid to chase love, for it might just surprise you in the most unexpected ways.